Hello and a very warm welcome. Driver ratings for the Spanish Grand Prix. Lewis Hamilton wins, extends his championship lead. In we go. All 20 drivers covered. 0 being awful, 10 being phenomenal. In we go. Both Ferrari boys. Vettel, Leclerc. 5 out of 10. Shambles. Team strategy is poor. Too long to make the calls. No wins. Vettel's 3rd in qualifying, 4th in the race. Leclerc 5th and 5th. Not good enough. And Mercedes have won the title already, haven't they? Because Ferrari are never going to win the titles. They're a shambles. Max, 9 out of 10. Most consistent driver, driver of the day, beats both Ferraris, 3rd in the championship. He's the most consistent driver out there at the minute. Pierre Gasly, 6 out of 10. Best weekend in a Red Bull, P6 in qualifying, P6 in the race. No mistakes. Definitely his best weekend so far. But he's not on the pace of the top 5 yet. Daniel Ricciardo. And this is where we get a bit brutal with the ratings. 3 out of 10. He qualifies well. Then he gets his grid penalty. And then he's poor in the race. He doesn't go late on the brakes. It's not like the Red Bull days where he would go down the inside. He looks cautious. He doesn't look himself. So I give him 3. Nico Hülkenberg, 1 out of 10. Back-to-back poor weekends for the German. Big mistake in qualifying. Hit the wall. Damaged the car. Damaged the front wing. Then he gets knocked out in Q1. And then the race has to go from the pit lane. Was nowhere. Lewis Hamilton, 9 out of 10. 2nd in qualifying. Race win. Fastest lap. Leads the championship. And a dominant race from start to finish. He won it at the start. Valtteri Bottas, 9 out of 10. His best pole lap in his career. Solid race. Just was 2nd. No mistakes, but just brought it home in 2nd. Good points. Carlos Sainz, 8 out of 10. Good home race for the Spaniard. Decent points. Passed Grosjean late on. Had a couple of good battles out there. He qualifies 13th, he finishes 8th. Lando Norris, 2 out of 10. His worst weekend so far in F1. Very poor. Worst weekend so far. Qualifying he was 11th. In the race, that contact with Stroll. Where are we? Yeah, they didn't give each other enough room. So, bad way to end the Spanish Grand Prix weekend. But it was a poor weekend from Norris's perspective. Now this hurts, but it's the truth, and we mark these ratings as the truth. No favouritism. Robert Kubica, 0. Shocking. All weekend. 1.2 seconds off Russell in qualifying. Last in qualifying. Last in the race. He's got to start beating Russell, otherwise his seat will be kaput. It's amazing he's back on the grid, but we mark these drivers how they deserve to be marked. And it was a shambles of a weekend for the Polishman. George Russell, 4 out of 10. A couple of mistakes. Spun in Q1. Hit the wall in practice 3. Beats Kubica again all weekend. Takes a penalty in the race. 4 out of 10 for Russell. Grosjean, 8 out of 10. Good weekend. Best of the rest. Was running 7th till the safety car. Magnussen goes down the inside. Hits him. And then he just starts falling back. Kvyat, Sainz must have had damage. And yeah, only gets 10th when they should have been 7th and 8th. Kevin Magnussen, 8 out of 10. Best of the rest. Strong move on Grosjean. Forceful move by the Danishman. P8 in qualifying. P7 in the race. Best of the rest for Magnussen. Albon, 5 out of 10. Solid weekend. Nothing special. All over Grosjean for a point, but didn't get the point. 11 for Albon. Danny Kvyat, 8 out of 10. Brilliant. P9 in qualifying, P9 in the race. Most overtakes in the race. Gave us actual excitement. Best race since his return for the 3rd or 4th time. How many times is that? Yeah, he was great, Kvyat. Kimi Räikkönen, 2 out of 10. Very poor. Big mistake on that one. Drops him down to the back. No race pace. Alfa Romeo were poor this weekend. That's the first time he's not been in the points since he's gone to Alfa Romeo. So yeah, 14th quali and the race. So yeah, Not a great weekend for Alfa Romeo. Giovinazzi, 1 out of 10. Yet again, he doesn't score any points. Terrible weekend all round. He qualifies 18th. He finishes 16th. He could be another one dropped by the end of the season. And last but not least, the Force India boys. Perez, 2 out of 10. 15th in qualifying, 15th in the race. Poor, no pace. Hardly saw him on the TV. Stroll, 2 out of 10. Poor qualifying. And then, as usual, gets knocked out in Q1, doesn't he? And then the contact with Norris and Stroll. Stroll's on the inside, Norris is on the outside. Norris has gone round into T1, T2. They just don't give each other enough room. They end up in the gravel trap. They both retire. Shambles, to be honest. So, Hamilton and Bottas get a 9. Kubica gets a 0. Max gets a 9. He's the most consistent driver out there at the minute. Max is performing superb. If he had a better car, he'd be in the title fight. But that's the reality, is that he hasn't got a car to fight with, really. But for him to be beating both Ferraris on pure pace and beating both Ferraris in the championship, it just shows the calibre of this driver. And he needs a better car. He needs to be fighting for race wins. Yeah, there we have it. Qualifying reaction done. Qualifying reaction done. Race reaction done. Driver ratings. And yeah, we go on to Monaco, which will be the worst Grand Prix, as usual, as it always is Monaco. So, a quick rundown. Leclerc, Vettel, 5. Max, 9. Gasly, 6. Ricciardo, 3. Hulkenberg, 1. Hamilton, Bottas, 9. Carlos Sainz, 8. Lando Norris, 2. Robert Kubica, 0. George Russell, 4. Romain Grosjean, 8. Kevin Magnussen, 8. Ali Albon, 5. Danny Kvyat, 8. Kimi Raikkonen, 2. Antonio Giovinazzi, 1. And Sergio Perez and Lance Stroll are the last ones with 2 out of 10. Let me know if you agree. I did go harsh on some people. Robert Kubica went harsh on. For me, he deserved a 0. 5-0 in qualifying, 5-0 in the race. He's not performing. Can't have favouritism. Actually, my top 5 drivers, Lewis Hamilton, deserved a good mark because he won the race. Number 2, Max, deserved it. As I said, beat the Ferraris. Number 3, my third favourite driver is Charles Leclerc. Ferrari couldn't organise a strategy if their life depended on it, basically. So I've marked him down. And I like Leclerc. But as I say, these driver ratings are not favouritism. Hamilton has a shit weekend, he'll be down. I don't favour drivers I like. It's simple. My 4 favourite drivers, Ricciardo, marked him down. I mean, he was poor. I mean, if that's Red Bull days, he would have been down the inside. He doesn't have the confidence in the Renault. He doesn't trust the Renault. And then Kubica, massive fan of Kubica. He was abysmal this weekend. Abysmal. People come up with a lot of excuses for Robert Kubica, but let's tell the truth. 1.2 seconds off Russell in qualifying. He's losing 5-0 in qualifying, 5-0 in the race. Russell is beating him. If he doesn't start beating Russell, how's he going to keep his seat? This is the truth. But I just hope Kubica shines. Kubica, he's got a podium around Monaco, so let's hope he can do a good job around Monaco. Yeah. Hamilton wins. Magnussen P7. Max is sensational, driving the wheels off. Ferrari are a shambles. Absolute shambles. Coming into the season, favourites to win both titles probably. They're looking amazing. Round the same track, they finished 4th and 5th, even though they were first in testing. And Mercedes won both championships already by race 5. Simple as that. Ferrari are not going to take the fight to Mercedes. Mercedes are going to win the drivers. Mercedes are going to win the constructors. Because Ferrari couldn't organise a piss up in the brewery. Thanks for watching. There we have it. The Spanish race weekend is done. Qualifying reaction, race reaction, driver ratings. Thanks for watching. Leave your comments down below. And yeah, like I say, I'm in a good mood. Comment, you will get pinned. There we go. Spanish Grand Prix weekend done. Thanks for watching. Adios.